Hi everybody, welcome to the Gorropu Gorge walking tour. Now this is a tour of the Gorropu Gorge, which is in the eastern part of Sardinia near the town of Dorgali, sort of like a central eastern part of the island. Now what we do on this tour is we walk 6 kilometers in that direction and 6 back, and we've got a lot of nice scenic spots to see, maybe parts where we go maybe around rocks or under rocks, and maybe some parts that are sort of narrow like that. So when we get on the trail, we'll talk then. Hi folks, here's the first stop. Now you can see the river down there. You can see that beautiful view. Now look at it down there. Look at it down there. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to be walking through rocks like this on the tour today. Hi everybody, continue the tour. Now here we have some plants on the side of the road which when they're ripe look like berries, but don't touch them. They're Atropy belladonna. They're very toxic. Apparently they use them, the ophthalmologists use them to puff up your pupils. So if you come here, don't touch these plants. Hi everybody, here we are on the tour. Now on the way to the canyon we have some beautiful little vegetation here where it covers up like a natural little coverage there. And when we get to the canyon we'll talk then. Hi everybody, continuing the tour. Now here we have some fountains along the way. Here's one right here where the water is very drinkable. So if you're on a hike, bring your bottle here and you can fill up. Hi everybody, continuing the tour. Now here we are at the part where we actually see the part of the canyon. We have 2 mountains to back on. Monte Deo there and Monte Silano there, and the area between them is where the gorge is, and we're heading there right now. Hi everybody, here we have another one of these toxic plants here. We have one right here. It almost looks like pea pod, but hey, don't touch it because it's definitely not a pea pod. It's very much toxic. Hi everybody, here we're at the entrance of the canyon. You can see it right there. Okay, it goes way high up there. Look, way up there, it goes up there. You see that there? Okay, now look over here. It goes around here. And look at all the rocks down there. Look down there. Look at those rocks down there. All the people down there, see those rocks there? That's where the river goes through all the way down to there. Okay? And when we get to a more exciting spot, we will talk then. How about a better view of the beginning of the canyon? Here it is there. See the rocks over there? See how far it goes from there? Look at there. And there's that canyon part right there. See it over there? Okay. However, here are the rocks in the canyon. You see they're all here. These guys here, and they have the rules. You got to be careful not to have a selfie stick when you do this. So this is very risky, this canyon. So keep that in mind when you do this walk. Only when you stop do they allow that. However, you can use this now. You have a lot of these little narrow passageways here, like this. Okay. Now look at more of the rocks here. Now one thing I should mention: these rocks, look at them all here. They're limestone rocks and they're impermeable, so they can be very slippery. And one thing they say is don't ever do this tour when it's wet because you will slip and it can be very, very dangerous. Alright, further in the canyon, you can see the rocks here. Now I should mention these are limestone rocks. Now look at them here. Now here's what's going to happen here. I go over here. Now watch this. Here's a little more of the canyon here. More of it here. And more of these rocks here. Look over down here. Okay? Now this is up there. Now let's look right to the top of the mountain. Go way up there. Look at the top of the mountain. Right to the top. See how far it is over there. Okay. There you go. However, here we have one of the narrow tunnels here. Now look at it here. This is very, very narrow. Now I'm going to go through it right now. You have this rope here to get you through. Then you have to go way through here. Oh boy, look at this. Can you see me? Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Already continue the tour. Now if you look over there, you can see the mountains go way up there. And you can see the sort of a yellowish base color. That's the oxidation there. Now look at this over here. Look at these here. Now here we have some more of the lines so you can see it looks very porous. Now look at this, more oxidation. Look how it is all oxidized on this side. Look how high up it goes there. Look at that there. Look at that, folks. Okay. However, here we are on what was the riverbed of the canyon. Now I should mention that it was mostly limestone. Now what happened was it was like a rift valley in the past. It rifted away, and because it was easily permeable, the stream water came in and just flowed through and actually carved down this canyon, which is the second deepest in all of Europe. Now you can see, look over here's part of it here. It goes along here. Now let's look over here. Here's we are in the really nice looking part of the canyon. Now look way up there. Look how high that is. That's the highest point in the canyon right there. The top of the mountain right there. See that there? Okay. There you go. However, here we have a little cave or a little inlet, if you want, of the canyon. Now, what happened was in the past, the water level was very, very high, much higher than it is right now. And what happened was they would transport trees and branches along and they would actually get stuck in there. Look over this right here. That right there was the example. We've got trees and branches stuck in there. That was one such case right there. Okay. How are we continue the tour now? Look behind me. We have what looks like a monster. They call this the face of the monster right there. I guess that was an interesting little formation that happened naturally. Now, if you look over there, you have some little caves over there. That's typical karst topography right there. I guess eroding through the limestone, that just obviously happened when the erosion occurred as the stream was carving up the gorge. How we continue the tour, you can see right now here we have all these boulders right there, limestone. As I mentioned, they're easily erodible because it's limestone, and so as a result, many of these boulders are transported. Now let's go over here. On this side here, you get a little more of it here. Let's look at the other side right here in the opposite direction. As you can see, it goes way up there as well. You can see it goes to the top right there. So now you've seen both sides of the gorge right there. There you go. However, here we are at the end of the tour as far as we go. This is the yellow zone that was kind of the danger zone. We actually head back now, and I should mention, this is the narrowest part of the canyon, and during rain, storms, you want to call that, there's a flash flood. This is very dangerous. I'm zooming through here, and it makes me really bad. Right here, this area is much wider, you can see right here, so it's not quite as bad, but they don't suggest going past there, there's a little train and this kind of thing. Now look over here, you can see this part of the wall right here, there's water dripping through the wall. That's because at this part of the canyon, they never see any sun, so it never dries it up, so the water's always dripping down. And there's even more down that direction there, but maybe we'll show you some when we get back. However, to continue the tour now, as I mentioned, I was going to show you a part where the water actually drips from the mountain and is actually protected from the sun. Look at it there, you can see it right there. You zoom in a bit there, you can see some of the water is actually dripping down there. Now, I should mention that that water never actually causes the stream, it actually goes into the limestone because it's permeable. Now look way up there, you actually have a plant up there, that little violet color plant. That one is actually endemic to the Gorropu Gorge. Okay. Already continuing the tour, now here we have the canyon in the background there, and here's the river that actually comes out. There's actually some water here. You can see part of the stream here. Now look, the stream starts here, and you see how beautiful it is. It goes down here. You hear the water there. And it goes down there, and all the way down there. You can see a lot of little basins like this. Look down here, there's all these little basins in there as well. Obviously that's due to the fact that it's permeable limestone. Hey folks, here we're continuing the tour. We're a little further down than we were a minute ago. Now here, you can see the background, that was the gorge right there. Okay. Now, look at all of this little karst topography here. And you can see down there, that's like a little basin down there. See that there? And now over here, see there, you have the Sardinia flag in the background. There's actually a little fountain of water down there. Maybe I'll go get some. Hey folks, here's a little fountain right here. You can get some water, and it is drinkable. All right, we continue the tour. Now here we're a bit downstream. You can see there's a little bit of a waterfall, you want to call it there. And here's a place to get your feet wet right here. Shall I go get my feet wet? Let's see, maybe. This is one of my tickets, so who cares? Put it right here and get wet. There you go.
Yeah.
However, here we're terminating the tour. Now I have to introduce you to the fabulous tour guide named Sergio. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Great.
How about you?
Not too bad. Now, how about you tell us a bit about yourself? You're from Sardinia, or are you from Italy? Where else are you from?
I'm from Honore, small town in eastern Sardinia, and I've been guiding for 8 years. So come to Sardinia.
Yeah. Now, do you do any other tours other than this one, or just this Gorropu Gorge?
No, it's full. There are plenty of tours you can do. So many places to see.
And I have to say, if you have Sergio, you won't go wrong. So this is the Gorropu Gorge tour. You have to do it.